So right before I started my period, it was in the summertime, so I was enjoying a lot of creek time. I would go to the creek a lot in the summertime. I was also into sports, so I played softball during the summertime. So I never had a conversation with my mom. She never had a conversation with me about that this was going to happen. I only knew because of other girlfriends. I did start my period in the summer, and it was in between the 7th grade and 8th grade year. And I just woke up one morning and I saw the dried blood and thought it was actually diarrhea, and which was, confusing because I was like, I'm not sick. And then I did wipe and see blood. And I also did know that once you became a woman, that you could get pregnant. So there was this interesting dynamic I felt that was happening within me of how can I be a woman and I could get pregnant if I had sex, and yet I'm still a child. I can sense some fear at the time with my sister because she was very protective of me. And she was 6 years older than me. My sister definitely, I think there was a fear energy that it wasn't really celebratory. It was more of, oh, here we go. One of the biggest things for me that I remember was just the taunting, and the shame of having emotions during that time. And someone saying, oh, you must be on the rag. And it's like, oh, so okay, can't have emotions because if you do, you're going to be taunted. I didn't feel pain. It wasn't until later on, probably more in high school and then more in college, where I felt a lot more premenstrual syndrome. And then it was really strong in college years. And just the added stress, and I think then the wounds and things start rearing their heads. I really wasn't ever taught how to kind of deal with the buildup of the emotions and the intensity before, the bleed. What I realized, and it was later on in life, I felt like during that time with the hormonal changes is when I would get permission to, if I had stored up any emotions or I had said yes when I wanted to say no, if I had crossed my own boundaries, if I had done more than that was good for my well-being, I kind of paid for it. My body, I feel like it was like, all of that you stored up, now we have to release. I want to say I gave myself permission, but it's almost like I had to. It was like, I get to be angry. I get to be emotional. I get to be tender. And if I probably would have been maintaining it better throughout the whole month, it wouldn't have bubbled up to this big steamboat. So the one thing I learned was to celebrate my bleed. And for some, that's a lot. That's a big step. It was almost like taking back what others had taken away. It was like owning what was supposed to be hidden and shameful and dirty. And I feel like I brought more of a blessing and had to learn how to do that myself. I think there's one person in the family that's kind of the way shower. And so I think sometimes we feel like we're doing things for ourselves, and we're not. No. It's a lot of people, grandmothers and aunts, and people that really couldn't talk about it, that really had a lot of shame built in. So, yeah, we're never doing it just for ourselves.